All right, thank you very much. Then let's give you opportunity to ask questions, 7 questions, and then after the questions, Ball will give the message to the young people, and Ruka will also give his message to the young people. So 7 questions, be precise and be straight to the point. Yes, the mic is right.
Thanks a lot. I'm called Denilson Deneke, one of the freelance journalists. I currently work now with JBS Television. That's a new television in the country, and we're still yearning to go a lot and do a lot in the music industry. First of all, to all the sponsors, the first question goes to you. But Mandela, I beg to ask you, you may add another journalist, let it be 10, so that you cannot give to 7, because those media houses are very many. I hope all the journalists have got me clear. Yeah. So the sponsors starting from Trinity, Halite, Rubber Taxi, DSTV. In this event, I would like to know from all of you, what are you sponsoring as each industry or company? That's the question goes to all of you who spoke here. So if you know a name that you're among these people which I've mentioned, you may tell us. Then coming again to Ruga, what inspired you to come to South Sudan? Then secondly, to all of you guys, we believe in seeing someone face to face like the way Mandela look, starting from the CEO of Next Level Entertainment. I beg in Juba Arabic, tabak the raglan and aras and naze kaman kena inita. You may remove this frame, so these people will see you well and know that this is the real person who is doing this. Thanks. Then Ruga, that's the first question. What inspired you to come to South Sudan? And you may tell us, because most of the people in Africa and in the world, they say artist. They wanted to know their education background. Then secondly, coming to Rubber Tax, what's the vision and the mission of Rubber Tax in this country? We would like to know. And you're saying it's a door-to-door. Someone like me who is in a remote village, if I call you, will you be able to bring for me the tax up to there? Then, I think these are the questions which I'll present to all of you who are here. Thanks a lot. I remain Denilson Deneke once more again.
You've asked more than 4 questions. So be precise.
I will not get any chance
question,
again.
Please. Let's do 1 question so we can also give opportunity to other people. Pass the mic to the lady behind you. 1 question, please, and let's be brief.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm from JBS Television, and this goes direct to the artist that they just brought. Is it Ruga? Yes. Obviously, looking at the setting, it's very, very special. And I would like to know, how do you like to be remembered here in South Sudan? Thank you.
All right, 1 more question, then we answer those 3 questions, then get the 4 questions, and we say a day.
All right, my name is Ogam John. I work for SSBC. Just only 1 question. Ruga, you have performed in many countries, let me say in Africa. What are you expecting from FAN on that day? And how does you performing for the first time, first Nigerian, if I'm not mistaken, or if there is another one that has already performed, how does it feel for you to perform in South Sudan? That is the question I will have for you. Thank you.
All right, yes.
Okay, what question am I answering first? Because can you remind me your question, please?
Okay, my question, the first one, what inspired you to come to South Sudan? Yeah, that's the first question. The second one is, you may tell us about your education background. That's one thing most of people would like to know in the world.
Doesn't matter though. So I'm canceling that question. You get me? So the first question, what inspired me to come here? I'm African. So that's just all you need to know about that. What's the next question? Your question? Yeah.
Your expectation. What are you expecting the turnout from the FAN?
I definitely expect the turnout to be massive because it's just like an African or welcoming an African. You South Sudanese people, you're welcoming your brother to this country. So that's how I want it to look like. That's how I want it to be, definitely.
It was how do you want to be remembered?
Well, first of all, I would like to first of all make out time to go to the orphanage or somewhere where I can give something to the less privileged, a little bit of what I have. And definitely, I want to be remembered for this show. Most especially, I want my name to be printed out for this show. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mandela. My name is King Kilaf. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Ball. Thank you so much for bringing this as an initiative. From what you said, you talked of a peace and stability concert. And you also cited the fact that Ruga is in town and we are likely to witness a collaboration. Are we looking at a specific artist, or we're looking at an all-star song, since they're all Africans and we are all vying for peace and stability in this country, and we're all, under the same umbrella, that is entertainment. Thank you. I work for City Review.
All right, please be brief. That is the question number 3. Then we'll be picking the last, I think the last second questions.
Thank you, Mandela, and thank you all the artists in the building. Call me Majur Chol. I work for South Sudan Broadcasting Corporation, SBC, and I own my own media company called MCK Media. My question to you, Ruga, I have only 2. What was your visioning about South Sudan before you come? And how do you see South Sudan right now? Before you were in Nigeria, what was your kind of visioning about South Sudan? And how do you see South Sudan now from that visioning, how you were looking at South Sudan? 2, what is your plan for South Sudanese artists? And yes, either being super or local, whatever name that they term them, but what is your plan for them? Thank you.
All right. Yes. Let's pick one question more.
The first question is my perception about South Sudan before I came here. I think I've talked about that. It's not about me. It's about what people have passing around. You understand? People say it's war and all that. There's no peace here. But like when I came here, definitely it has been peaceful so far, and I love it here. Actually, I love the weather. I love the atmosphere, and so that's it. And my plan for any South Sudanese artist, I respect every first of all, I respect everyone that is doing music or any creative person. So I'd like to say thank you for coming out here. To the artists that came here, God bless you. And every artist that's going to perform that day, I give you all my respects. I'm definitely working on my album at the moment, so hopefully, if I hear a sound I like, I'm going to jump on it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. My name is HNIC. It stands for the head nigger in charge. That's my name, but I go by the name of Tim. And another thing that I want to say is, we should introduce ourselves. Yes, in South Sudan here, we slaughter and cut out the panga, but you cook that thing, right? Yeah, that's great, man. So it means that we have a producer, biggest producer, that is called Slaughter Mandipanga. So maybe we slaughter it and then you guys cook it. It's great, man. Thank you very much. It's a very nice collaboration. And another thing that I want to say is a question. How, in case you're going to be having a collaboration with South Sudanese artists, how are you going to do that yet? You never had any collaboration with your Nigerian fellows that side or any international artist. So how is that thing going to be cooked? That's my question. Thank you very much.
Like I said, if I hear a sound I like, I'll jump on it. Thank you.
All right, let's pick the last question, and then we get the message from Bol, and then Ruka will also give his message to the young people. Any last question, please? Feel free. Maybe from the ladies. Yes.
My mother is. So let me speak on my mother's behalf. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is MC Jam, the microphone CEO. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Ball. Thank you so much. We've been singing about next level entertainment, and finally, it has landed. Ms. Regina Book, I'll say that. Thank you, Regina Chok. Robert Taxi is represented as well. It's a dream come true. I remember back in the days, I don't know how many years ago, since 2015 that we got to know each other. That was the time I first heard about Next Level Entertainment. Yeah, that time I was busy, I was in the game, but unfortunately right now, I'm not working for anyone, so I'll not introduce myself as someone who is working for so-and-so. I'm not freelancing either. Ruga, my brother, you're welcome to South Sudan.
Thank you so much, bro.
I know it's going to be a hell of a show because of certain things you heard, but now you have the picture right in front of you. If it's about peace, there's peace. If it's about mineral water, at least we have elite. That means we are not drinking straight from the Nile. We have purified water. I hope you have enjoyed one of the recipes that we have when it comes to food. But it's all good. Now let's go back to business. You know, everything is about a change. Like my sister asked before, what do you think you would, how do you think you would be remembered once you go back to Nigeria, which you answered? As a musician, you said you've been in the game now for 1 year. You still have the rest of your journey ahead of you because you people don't retire easily. I know that, unless the lyrics are not there. So I'm just going to talk about change. You have Silver X there, Nita is here, and also John Frog, who's been to Nigeria before, and I believe some of our artists will go. So now that you're in South Sudan, if at all you had a chance to change something in the music industry, what would it be? Maybe to equalize with what you had back home. Thank you.
Well, definitely, I feel like every artist perseveres, you know. Every artist works back to back and all of that. I feel like just the aggressiveness needs to be improved on. I feel like we, as Nigerian artists, we're too aggressive with everything we do. Like, we're not comfortable with ourselves, with what we have back at home. And so we feel like my hands can reach every part of the world, so why not? So I feel like that's the mentality every artist in the world should have. The aggressiveness, the know-how to be able to walk, and not walk like walk, but walk around, move around. It's a hustle. So we have to enjoy it. There are lots of background things we Nigerian artists do that a lot of people don't know. It's not just about recording in the studio. It's about making a connection with plenty of people around the world. Wherever we go, it's not about just singing on stage and all of that. It's about making connections with even the most ordinary people in the world. So music is for life, and till the day I die, I'll do music. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I'm not putting it out, I'll be making music in my house. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like the aggressiveness, I feel like everyone needs to be aggressive with whatever they're doing, put in more tenacity, because it's not a joke, trust me. It's not just like being a star. It's actually work. Even when you're sleeping, you have to be dreaming about it. That's it.
All right. Okay, baby, finally.